a good neighbour is somebody that takes the time to think about the people that he or she lives with in the community, to make sure that they take account of their needs a little bit, that they look out for each other, that they get to know them if they can, and that together they look after their local area.
It's people who are prepared to help and look after each other. Also, they don't actually get involved unless you want them to. If you've got something going on, they'll tend to know about it. If you're sort of old and infirm or something like that, they're the ones who are there for you to help you out whenever they can.
A good neighbour, I'd say, is somebody who's supportive, somebody who's willing to make sure that you're okay, do the daily checks on you. Generally, just a friendly person helps.
A good neighbour is someone who's considerate, who, if they're having a party, which is fine in my opinion, gives you a knock just to give you a bit of a heads up. Obviously, some of the communities that we work in have got varied ages, so I'd say the main point is to be considerate, just to knock on the door, have a word, or maybe have a cup of tea with the neighbour, just kind of keep that community spirit alive, look out for each other, things like that.
Good neighbour, with someone who's there to help you out with things, and it's like you help each other out with things. Like me and my neighbour, we help each other out with childcare in between. If someone has an emergency and has to run out, or you need a cup of sugar, coffee, cutting the grass, so we all like help each other out with. One has a lawnmower, one has a trimmer, so we swap over.
Bowl of sugar. If you need a bowl of sugar, you can knock them out for a bowl of sugar, but at the same time keeps their privacy inside their own hall doors.
I think, to be fair, most of the people I live near are quite good neighbours. Like I say, everybody looks out for everybody else, so it is about keeping an eye on other people, make sure that they're all right, not being nosy, but just generally just saying hello to somebody.
A good neighbour is somebody who's there to keep an eye on your surroundings, can pop in and out when you need it, and just take care of your surrounding area.
Because for one person, a bad neighbour might not actually be for another. Some people might find it a bit invasive, maybe if somebody's checking up, making sure that you're all right. Some people may not want that. So for them, that would be a bad neighbour. But for me, I don't know. Probably neighbours' dogs messing in the garden and things like that. Just general antisocial kind of stuff. But to be fair, I'm quite lucky where I live because there isn't any of that. So.
Somebody, if you've got a neighbour like mine, who will invite you to a nice party, and there's plenty of wine.
A good neighbour's someone when you throw a party will just ignore the one or two nights. You've got to respect your neighbour. That's what a good neighbour is. Somebody who you can knock on the door and ask for a bag of sugar. You can't do that nowadays, but that's a good neighbour.
Good neighbour who don't interfere with other people's business.
What makes a good neighbour? I think somebody somebody you can trust and rely upon. Somebody takes a bit of an interest in you without being too nosy. We all like to, live our lives as we want to, but it is about creating a community.
Who looks after you and looks after your house, your property while you're away. That's what we call good neighbours. Look after each other. Look after everyone.
Someone who respects everyone. Doesn't play loud music. Doesn't have loud dogs barking.
A good neighbour is somebody who's interested in you and your area, not necessarily wants to live in your pocket, but is the type of person that notices if your curtains aren't open, or if you're not out and about at any time.
Friendly, kind, easy to approach, willing to help you, quiet. All the above.
A good neighbour, someone who's respectful, don't play music until 4 o'clock in the morning, just pretty much you respect your neighbours, they respect you back, so it's just a case of someone who's got a lot of respect.
I think a good neighbour is somebody who checks to make sure that somebody's okay, supports them, and just checks to see if they need any support at all.
A good neighbour has to be honest, loyal, there if you need a bag of sugar, to lend a helping hand.
What about you? What do you think makes a good neighbour?
The same, but I think he's considerate of you, like not having loud music at 4 in the morning and stuff.
I think someone that's very friendly. Like a lot of my neighbours are very, very friendly. We don't live in one another's houses or anything like that. But sort of like when I go on holiday, one neighbour looks after the cats and another one looks after the house for us and's got the keys to come in and things like that, and we help one another out in ways like that.
Friendly, and you can have a nice chat with while you're in the garden, but not someone really intrusive that will want to nose into everything that you do. Just someone that'll stand there with you, have a nice chat, cup of coffee maybe. Same as I've got a card, somebody, like the lady next door to me hasn't. If she wants to go somewhere, then I take her, you know. And also, if I want something delivering that's heavy, the person in the grove has got a lorry, so that's how it works. So we all help, pull together and help one another on our individual ways. You know.
Someone who is that you can say hello to, doesn't pester you, but is, you know, will always have a conversation if you want one. Looks after their property, looks after the environment, is considerate to you, you're considerate to them. You know, someone who adds value to you and the community.
I think, me personally, I think I've got the best neighbour in the world. You know, you just look out for each other. You know, if he's not there, we look out for him. But, you know, likewise, you know, you're always doing favours for each other. You know, just as long as you get along, then that's fine.
Yeah, friendship, trying to trust each other, working together. And what I try and do, and what my wife does every morning, when we go out, we smile at people. I think a big smile makes a fantastic neighbour.